Hello, we're so excited that you're going to be applying for Harvard Summer School 2024. In this video, I'm going to walk through our application and show you steps from beginning to end. If you still have questions at the end, please reach out to us. We are happy to help answer any questions you still may have. Here you'll see what you'll see once you click to apply. Your first step is going to be to create a DCE key. If you've applied before, you will have a DCE key. If you actually attended before, you'll have a Harvard key. You should know what those are and you should use those. Most of you, however, will not have applied before, so you're going to create a DCE key. Enter your email and create a password. Enter your name. So just to note, this should be the student creating the profile, not a parent or counselor or somebody else. This will create your student's profile, and we will use that for everything from here on out. So this should be the student's information, and it should be accurate. Double check this before you submit it, because if you have an inaccuracy, it'll create a profile that has inaccurate information that will need to be fixed. So just make sure this is all correct before you submit. And once you have this done and double checked, you will hit continue. So this will then send you an email to verify your account. If you didn't get it, click here, but I'm going to go verify this. All right, and it's verified. So now you can go click this and it'll bring you back to this page. Here, you will now log in with your DCE key that you just created. And we should be good to go. So now you are in the application. You're going to click Start a New Application, and then you're going to start an application for programs for high school students. Make sure you read this information. It has information about the eligibility for the different programs. So before you choose which program to apply to, make sure that you are indeed eligible and it is the right program that you want to apply to. So you'll select, for this demonstration, I'm going to go with the 7-week college credit secondary school program. It is mostly the same application for all three, so I will call out where there are discrepancies or different information for the different applications, but for the most part, it's going to look the same whether you pick any of the program options. Once the application term is live, it'll be summer 2024. Right now, this is testing. And here is where you will now begin your application. So again, more information about eligibility, and then your information will populate from when you filled out your DCE key. If this isn't correct, let us know. Don't complete your application or else it'll cause a bunch of issues that we'll have to fix. So it's a lot easier if you do see a discrepancy here or an incorrect information, just reach out to us, pause for now. You can always come back and view your application as you're filling it out or once it's submitted. So this is all accurate. Now, permanent address. For the purposes of this, I'm gonna be a United States person. And we're gonna live in Massachusetts. Okay, and then your mobile phone number should populate from when you put it in, and it'll move you to the next section. You can view any section and jump through the different sections or see where you're at in using this menu. One thing to note is that financial aid will show up here if you're a US citizen or permanent resident. If you select international, it will let you know that you're ineligible for financial aid. So that process will be automatic. I'm going to be a US citizen so that I can walk you through the financial aid application when we get to that part. Now here also, if you select a language that is not English, you'll have to submit your language scores. I'm going to put something else just so that I can show you that. All right, so this is where for the 4-week and the 2-week programs, this question won't show up because there's only one mode of attendance, and that's residential. For the secondary school program 7-week, you can choose. So I'm going to say that I'm going to be an online student. Actually, I'm going to pick residential. All right, it'll also just define what those things mean if you have any confusion. All right, so here's where you're going to put your parent or legal guardian contact information. This is going to be who the media release is sent to fill out. And this will also be in our records and who we'll communicate with. So I'm just going to put my own email here. And this should be different than yours because this is going to go to your parents and or guardians and who we're communicating with. You can add another guardian or parent here. However, note that if you do, this first person that you put is the only one that's going to get our emails. So just make sure you're picking whoever is kind of more on the spot with emails and checking them and getting things done. And then education background. So this will ask you a few questions if you have applied to or been admitted to Harvard Summer School in the past, if you've enrolled in an extension course, or if you're the first in your family to attend university. Now, this is going to be your high school year of graduation. The only ones that are eligible to apply will show up and be pre-populated, and then you're going to enter your school name. When you type it in, it should show up. If it doesn't, you can pick unknown school, which is stated here. And then here's where you're going to submit your transcript. So this should be through the end of December or this latest semester from 9th grade. All that information is here. All right, that's added. Save and continue. So now this is where if you are an affiliate organization applying, you can select that. Most of you are not going to be this. If you are, you should know. So if you're confused about this question, you're not with an affiliate organization. And then this is where, because I picked another language as my primary language, I have to submit a language test score. We accept these 3. Just a tip, if you are ready to apply before you start your application, have all these things downloaded, put on your desktop so that they're really easy to upload. That way it'd be faster. And then this is the counselor request. So your school head or guidance counselor, hopefully you've talked to them before you're sending them this. If you haven't, give them a heads up, let them know that this is coming. They're going to receive an email to fill out this part of the application. Here are the things that you'll need. And then you can view in the application portal the status of that. So if they've submitted it or not. This needs to be received as well as everything else for your application to be complete and reviewed. So make sure they know this is coming, they know the deadline to complete it. You can always check in, but don't think that just because you sent the email that it's done. All right. Just to note, you can always come back and change your recommender. So if for some reason, maybe they're out on sick leave or something, or you sent it to the wrong person, you can always change this and have a new one sent out to them. So don't worry about it if you're not 100% sure. And then here's the first essay question. So we want to know what you're interested in studying. This is very important. Our program is really an academic experience. It's college level academics to help you advance in your learning styles and reach your goals and get into hopefully the college you want. So this is obviously the first question. What do you want to study? Make sure to proofread these and get them perfect. It can also help to write them in a Word document outside of the application and then copy and paste it in once you've made sure that things are spell checked. This is really important. And then you'll type it or paste it in this section. All right, so I've skipped the remaining 4 essay questions. To see all those, you're going to have to start your application. But they all work the same way, same advice. Write your essay in a Word doc or something that can spell check and you can edit it in comfortably and then paste them back in. And then finally, we'll ask if there's any additional information you want to provide. This could be something like if your transcripts have some grades that maybe don't really reflect your potential, or we're a break from the norm, you can let us know here if you want to kind of explain that to us in your own words. All right, so here's the financial aid section. Like I said before, if you are not a US citizen or permanent resident, when you select that previously, this won't show up for you. Here's where if you want to apply for aid as a US citizen or permanent resident, you can. Note that these are confidential. We review financial aid applications separate from your application itself, so you don't need to worry that this is going to affect your admission at all. And then you don't have to apply to this, obviously, but if you think you would be eligible for need-based financial aid, need-based scholarships, excuse me, you can apply. So let's say yes. This should walk you through everything you need to know. If you have questions, our financial aid email addresses are here for the secondary school program or pre-college. If you're applying to pre-college, we're happy to help you and answer questions. You can always fill this in as much as you can and then reach out to us and come back and fill the rest of it in later. So how many people are living in your household? Ask you about whether you own your home. This is also a good section to have your parents or guardians with you when you're filling it out. I'm guessing a lot of you aren't going to know this information. So you can always look at it with your parents or guardians and then gather all the things you need to know, come back, or you can sit and leave it open and gather everything you need to have. But basically, you'll need a tax return. I'm just going to put 0 in for all of these, but obviously you're going to want to put the accurate information. And again, if you have questions, just send us an email. Our financial aid department can help you. All right, and then it'll ask you if you're receiving additional scholarship assistance towards this program. Because this is need-based, we do look at this to know kind of what that need is. All right, save and continue. And then here is a little bit about that rules and regulations. Like I said before, your parent is going to get an email to fill this out and complete this and submit it back to us. This is just acknowledging that you read this and that you agree and understand. All right, and then enter your parents' information. All right, so here is just a communication subscription. You can click yes or no, but we hope that you would pick yes so that we can communicate with you. And then this section here is kind of a application agreement. So it kind of gives you the rules and expectations of the program, and by applying what that means, click yes, save and review. So now the application is complete. You can review it, make sure everything is accurate, and it'll give you this whole look. So review everything, make sure everything looks good, you have all the right information, and then submit your application. So once you hit submit, it will show you anything you need to still do. So you'll verify your e-signature, and then it'll prompt you to pay the application fee. So you're going to say pay online, pay now, and then you can enter your credit card information here and hit continue. I'm going to not do that for the sake of this recording, but it's pretty simple, and then you can hit continue. Okay, so after paying, you'll submit your application, and then you can always come back using the same link you clicked to apply. Come back here to see the portal. So you'll log in using your DCE key that you created, and it'll show you that your application was submitted. If you didn't pay the fee when you submitted the application, it'll have this to show that you need to go back and pay the application fee. You can review, withdraw, or start a new application if you need to. Here, it will show your checklist of what needs to be done. So like I said, that counselor recommendation, your parent media release, and your transcript. This, as we uploaded, should show up. And then it'll show a red X if this hasn't been done yet. So here's where you can see if we've received your counselor recommendation and your media release. If these are not green, if they're not received by the application deadline, your application won't be considered complete and we won't review it. So make sure you come back and check and make sure everything is a green check mark before that application deadline. Other than that, we're really excited to receive your application. We can't wait to welcome our new class in 2024. If you have questions, please reach out to us. Good luck on your application.